What did you know about Taiwan before then? Did you know anything?
Like a little bit about the conflict with China.
The first article that was shown on Google was Taiwan, the most dangerous place on earth.
You're like, yeah, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
What is this? Do we know what this is?
I think it's pork intestine.
Pork intestine. Okay. Hi everyone and welcome back to another video. As you can see, I have two of my Swedish friends with me here today, and we're also not in my own studio. Instead, we got invited by Dada Zhongxiao to have an amazing Lille Lördag or Wednesday after work. Dada Zhongxiao, thank you so much for inviting us, and thank you guys so much for joining in this video here. Sara, Molly, both Swedish students here in Taiwan. What else can you tell me about yourself?
I live in Gothenburg and study at Chalmers, engineering, mechanical engineering.
I am also from Chalmers, Gothenburg. I'm studying industrial ecology.
Normally when I make these videos, I find exchange students who have no clue about the actual life in Taiwan. Both these girls have just been absolutely amazing exploring Taipei and exploring Taiwan on their own. Tell me a little bit more about your van trip around Taiwan, and then afterwards I want to hear how you got your scooter license in Taiwan. Like within 2 months you had a scooter license.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It took me like 2 years to even like take a bus in Taiwan the first time I came here, so I'm super impressed. But let's hear a story first on your van adventure.
We found a guy at Instagram who rented out his van that he made into a camper van, so you could like sleep in the van and go wherever.
This goes against every single thing like the parents don't want you to do when you're an exchange student on the other side of the world, and you're like, I found a guy on Instagram with the van and it seemed like a nice idea. What is this? Do we know what this is?
I think it's pork intestine.
Pork intestine. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what it is if you don't know what it is, but everyone watching right now, you see the pineapples and you immediately know what's inside of the fried stuff here.
Shrimps.
Shrimps.
Very, very tasty.
And there we go. I think this is all set now.
Went down the east coast, like through Yilan, and tried to see some waterfalls, and then we went to Hualien and Taroko.
So within 2 months of being in Taiwan, you decided to rent a van and drive along the mountain roads on the east coast. Like, you have no idea how many people telling me that like the mountain roads are like incredibly dangerous and like they are staying away from it. And even if I say that I take the mountain road to Yilan, that's already like way too much. And then Yilan down to Hualien is like even worse.
First, when we showed our plan to go, like, to cross the mountain to the guy we rented from, he was like, oh wow, are you doing that your first time driving here? And I was like, oh, maybe we were a bit too optimistic. Yeah, so we were quite optimistic, and maybe we didn't know about the dangerous part very well, but it turned out fine.
What was your best moment of that single trip?
I think driving on the mountain roads was the best part because it was so cool, and like the cliffs were like hanging down over the car. I mean, it felt dangerous, but at the same time, this is just cool.
Actually, I also ride by the East Coast once because I took the driver's license. And then I wanted to buy a motorcycle, and I've also heard that the East Coast is like stunning. So I decided that I would want to buy a motorcycle in Kaohsiung.
Okay.
So I decided on the Wednesday that I wanted to take the motorcycle license on Friday. By then I had driven the motorbike once.
How did you pass the course?
I called a friend who lives here and who has a motorcycle and asked, may I
You
try?
have 48 hours to teach me how to ride a scooter.
Yeah,
For real?
and he did. And then, like on Thursday, the day before, I found a motorcycle that I wanted to have in Kaohsiung. So I texted the guy and was like, if I pass the test tomorrow, may I come and buy it tomorrow evening?
So within 48 hours, you decided, I want to have a scooter license. I'm gonna go try to take the class, and you bought a scooter all within like 2 days.
Yeah.
The scooter is in Kaohsiung.
Yeah, so I passed the test and I ran, like I had already packed all my stuff in case I would pass the test. Ran to the high-speed railway, took the high-speed railway down to Kaohsiung, came there, was like, oh shit, I don't have a helmet.
So you're in Kaohsiung,
Yeah.
you don't have a helmet.
But I bought one on my way to meet the guy, so it's all figured out.
Okay. And then what happened then?
I took the motorcycle and I started to drive, and I just realized I should maybe just, because it was like 9 in the evening, so I just went into the city center of Kaohsiung and found a hostel where I slept. And then I started to drive, and I was driving first day from Kaohsiung, like a little bit more south, and then turned up along the east coast, and then I continued to Hualien that evening.
That evening?
Kaohsiung to Hualien. It was raining also a lot. So my phone actually went destroyed by the rain. Second day, my phone didn't charge anymore. In Sweden, we use this trick when you put your mobile phone in unboiled rice. But they don't do that in Taiwan. In the grocery stores, they just sold like 5 kilos of rice, and I don't need 5 kilos of rice. So I took a plastic bag, I went into a restaurant and was like, may I please buy a little bit of unboiled rice? I didn't have Google Translate.
Google Translate, yeah, that's how you survive as well.
They were like giving me boiled rice, and I'm like, boo, 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 boiled, not boo. I ended up finding 1 kilo of unboiled rice in another grocery store.
So it worked with the rice?
Yeah, it did.
But how do you eat the seafood? I guess you need to like use your hands for this.
Suck it.
Yeah,
You suck it.
Yes.
How?
Okay.
What? What? No, you have to use your hand for this. May I just ask before we continue, like how are you actually supposed to eat this one? Because I have seen this once, but never really understood what to do with it, so I've just not touched it.
How come you're here in Taiwan specifically? Did you have an interest in coming to Taiwan? Or was it in my case, the school is telling you like you are going to Taiwan?
Taiwan was the one place that I knew the least about, which made me very interested about getting to know more. And a very big culture difference, which I wanted.
What did you know about Taiwan before then? Did you know anything?
Not really. I know like a little bit about the conflict with China.
And then you're like, yeah, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening on campus last semester, so let's go and have an adventure.
I got admitted to Taiwan and I was like, what is Taiwan? And the first article that was shown on Google was Taiwan, the most dangerous place on earth.
Oh my gosh.
I remember that news article.
Yeah, so great. And
You're like, yes, that's where I want to ride a scooter.
yeah, exactly. But actually, when I first came here and saw the traffic, I was like, never, I'm not even gonna bike here.
Finally, some reasoning here. This is.
I did bike though.
Yeah, it was when I started to bike, I was like, this isn't too hard. And then I also was like, but I'm biking here in the same traffic as a bike. I'm just an obstacle. If I would ride a motorcycle, I would just be a part of the chaos.
Your impressions before coming to Taiwan and now afterwards. Is it as you imagine it to be after the very limited research and knowledge you had before? Or has Taiwan surprised you in some way?
I think it surprised me in every way. Since I know so little before as well, but like the nature and all the nice beaches and islands, and like I didn't know that Taiwan had that much of everything beautiful that they have. That has really surprised me because it was hard to find that information when Googling about Taiwan. People didn't tell you about how pretty it is.
No, I knew from the beginning when I started to Google that I wanted to go on the East Coast because I read some articles about the stunning East Coast of Taiwan, but that was kind of it. I came here with no expectations. I'm so glad I ended up here. And also it's very, very easy to travel around and everything is very close to each other.
If you ride a scooter from Kaohsiung to Hualien, then yes, you pretty much have everything else in between there.
Yeah.
If anyone, like for example, a Swedish exchange student, they're Googling now, where should we go for exchange? This video pops up and they're watching this video. What is something that you would want to tell them or like telling yourself before coming here to Taiwan? Something that you wish you would have known before coming here?
Maybe just about the beautiful nature, and for every day I'm here I just realize new things or like new places I want to visit here, and there's like a lot to do besides studying here, more than I knew when I first got here or like when I wanted to go here.
You should be prepared of that you won't have too much time for studies because there is too much.
Your grades are just like crashed since you came here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but actually I don't.
But they don't transfer the grades anyways.
Okay, so hopefully no teachers or professors are watching this video, but if you are a future exchange student, then why not Taiwan? Thank you both so much for joining us here. It was a pleasure to get to know you a little bit more and hearing your absolutely crazy stories about how it is being another type of more adventurous Swede here in Taiwan. Hopefully we will have opportunity to make some more videos together. Normally I always say like I would like to invite you to some of my adventures, but you're doing like way more things than I do, so hopefully you will invite me to one of your 2 crazy type of adventures. And if that is something that you want to see, please do remember to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button and also that bell so you get notified when maybe they will drag me along to one of their crazy adventures here in Taiwan. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lucas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all in the next one.